What's up, guys? Welcome back. As I've stated, I wanted to fish the storm pre-front and be here when the pressure drops and it starts raining just to see what happens. I don't think that these conditions are really ideal for fishing because I prefer stable conditions. Recently our swell has been big and then little and then big and then little, and I like to see the surf, the swell being consistent for a few days in a row, and then that lets me know that the fish are gonna get it into a mode and start feeding, and if I can find out where they're at, they'll probably be biting consistently. But so with this crazy storm front coming, I just wanted to fish it and just see what would happen. So today's the day, man. The wind is blowing. It's like a hurricane. It's like a tornado back at home. It's gotta be, I don't know how many mph. Windy tells us that there's gusts of over 30 miles per hour. Believe it or not, I'm gonna start by attempting to cast my Battlestar 115 in the wind. I've done it before successfully, and the other day Edward Tomoloso didn't believe me that I fished this in 20-mile-an-hour winds. So let's go out there and prove that you can do it. If it gets too heavy for the Battlestar 115, then I'm gonna go with an 1.5 ounce drop shot with a swim bait, and we'll just slow it down like that. The hope here is that maybe some striped bass are starting to stage up here, just waiting for the rain to really start washing so they can make their way up the creek. But there's no telling if that's really the case. We might have to wait until after it's rained and after the river has filled up and washed out for them to really be present and spending some time here. One thing's for sure, I'll be the only guy fishing on the beach today because nobody wants to fish in the middle of a storm. Today I'll be using my North Coast medium weight 9-foot. I like it because it's got a nice bend in the rod for fishing for striped bass with whether you're using a jerkbait or a swim bait. This is a sandy beach. If it was really heavy structure, I would probably want to go with my medium heavy rod, but since it's a sandy beach, I can get away with the medium. I'll be using my Daiwa Ballistic MQ 4000, and I've got this new Battlestar alien braid, 28-pound alien braid. I love this stuff. Can't wait to share it with you. Let's go see how this goes. I wonder if we'll catch anything today. So curious, so curious. That's really what makes me tick, guys, the curiosity. You just never know what might happen. But if you don't go, you won't know. So you just gotta get out there, put your bait in the water. Today we've got heavy swells, so we do need to be careful. This is a relatively protected area. We're gonna fish the last few hours before sunset. First thing first, let's take a look at the water quality. It's looking extremely clear, surprisingly clear considering how big and turbulent the surf is. There's no stain. Looks pretty clean too. Let's see if it actually is clean. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm gonna fish this jerkbait in these rough conditions. Yeah, baby, it's swimming really nicely. Once we get this line wet, we'll see how far we can cast. Try to pitch it over those waves. Looks like I can wade out pretty far right here. It's a shallow shelf, and I just got to be really careful not to step into anything deep. Yeah, baby, we're getting out there. See that? Even in these heavy winds, we can still get out there. So now the only question is, will some big striped bass be coming through here tonight, or at least some big barred surf perch? Shoot, I would almost rather have the barred surf perch than the striper because I want to make some sushi. Well, this is going to be beautiful. I can just stand right here and cast for the next few hours and just enjoy that. Conditions like this, fishing it right in front of me all the way to my toes. Officially windy, really windy. And I've still got my Battlestar tied on. I'm going to cast in the direction of the wind. It'll put a bow in my line, but I'll tell you, I have caught fish like this before. Most people wouldn't even attempt it because they wouldn't think it's possible. Right through the wind. Put a nice big bow in my line. I'm fishing the surf zone right here. I'll just keep casting and cranking. Well, as you can see, the storm conditions have really set in. The wind is really kicking out there, at least 20 miles an hour. I met that threshold where the Battlestar jerkbait just wouldn't cast anymore because the wind was too strong. So I decided to switch over to this 1.5 ounce drop shot rig with this 3.75, basically 3.5 inch paddle tail swim bait. And that is a Bruiser Baits Mint Junior. Bruiser Baits Junior. And I've also went ahead and juiced it up with this stuff. It's called XXX Blood. Take a look at this XXX Blood. This was sent to me by Willie. Willie has a tackle shop out in Bakersfield, and I'll go ahead and leave links at the bottom of this video for you to see that. But this is called XXX Blood OG Blood, and it's got all kinds of glitter in there. And he said this stuff is actually really special. It impregnates whatever you put it on. You could even put it on like a nickel or a lead weight, and then drop that into water, and you'll see it just plumes oil and just plumes and plumes, because apparently it impregnates into whatever it touches. So be careful with it. I'm keeping it safe in this Ziploc bag here. I went ahead and juiced up my bait with that, my Bruiser Bait Junior. Go ahead and whip that out there with the 1.5 ounce. How's it going?
How long have you been out here?
Maybe 1.5 hours.
Okay, cool. Someone was watching the webcam and thought that they saw someone in dark clothing walk out in the ocean and then not return. And I think it was probably you that they saw.
Oh, I'm sure that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen anyone else out here doing anything, or?
There's a guy down there right now. He just walked down the beach, but I didn't see him go in the water.
Okay. And he looked like a normal, like nothing out of the ordinary with him.
There he is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, I'm safe. I'm staying back.
Awesome.
I don't think it's even all that dangerous as long as I stay back.
No, it really isn't. I just wanted to make sure it sounds like it was you that they were
Thank you.
about.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Thank you.
Right on, man.
Well, guys, as predicted, no bites, no catch. So I think I'll stick to my theory after all, that when the swell is really inconsistent from day to day and you see big swell and little swell and big swell, that's not a good sign. Don't go fishing. You know, I wanted to come out and just try it just out of curiosity to see if I could learn anything, see if I could prove myself wrong. No, I still leaning towards my theory that I want to see consistent surf conditions for a few days in a row, and then I'll go fishing on maybe that 3rd day. So please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about that theory. And until next time, guys, good luck out there.